Hello and welcome back to Pokémon Alpha Sapphire, where today we are going to catch us a Rayquaza and a Deoxys, as well as go for some contest ribbons in what is likely to be our last Alpha Sapphire stream. Anyway, we gotta go here to the Sky Pillar. And we are still looking for a shiny Raikou on the side. Hey there, Outlander. So you came for me. Thanks for that. That's really good, Garnet. I really feel it right here. The fact that they had a sound effect for her clapping. It's very unusual for Pokemon characters to have their actions make sounds. Especially given that when they talk, sometimes they just flap their mouths with no sound because, hey, there's a text box for that. But I guess they can't do a well, they could do a text box for clapping. Pretty sure they've done that in at least one Pokemon game, but still. Since you've been a good girl, I think I'll give you something I've been keeping. Look, the paintings that cover the walls of this tower. See, these are the history of humanity, of Pokemon, and of nature itself. They're the tales that have been passed down by my ancestors, the Draconids, for thousands of years. And now, I will pass that history and lore on to you. Thousands of years ago, in the primal age long lost, the world was overflowing with natural energy. Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre fought over that energy in endless, furious clashes. In the face of Primal Groudon and Kyogre's great power, people could do nothing. The only choice was to watch as disaster upon disaster swept over them. It was in such a time that a great many meteoroids poured from the darkness of space. If they're actually pouring from the darkness of space and not staying out in the darkness of space, they become meteors, not meteoroids. Meteoroids are the objects that are still out in space and have not yet descended to Earth. While they are descending, they are meteors, and once they have landed, they are meteorites. But as soon as they enter the Earth's atmosphere, they are no longer meteoroids. But anyway, meteoroids poured from the darkness of space, from a place higher even than the heavens. And the meteoroids fell in their multitude upon a waterfall that had long been home to a tribe of dragon-type Pokemon users. Okay, so they've landed at the waterfall, which means they're already meteorites. Please get your terminology correct. I was so proud of this game for properly using meteoroid and meteorite in previous dialogue trees, but now she's just using meteoroid for everything, and that's wrong. Hey there, Curbster. Okay, that's it. That's the end of the first chapter of my tale. I'll tell you the next part of the story on the next floor. Look forward to it. I'm sorry, but I just saw some actual crumbling going on. And with the floor being all cracked like this, are you certain that we should be here? Oh, here you are. Let me continue. It's finally time for Chapter 2. Here we go. At last, right? Ha! I know you're thrilled. The meteors shone with a rainbow brilliance, as if some great life was held within. Okay, but they've already landed. They are meteorites now. Unless you're talking about while they were still raining down from the heavens, in which case, then yes, they are meteors. Meteors are the fireballs you see. Meteorites are the rocks left behind. Meteoroids are what they are before they enter Earth's atmosphere. It's an important distinction. It's like saying, oh, it's lava once it's on the surface, but it's magma below the surface. That was when, as if drawn by the brilliance, a Pokemon that shone in a blazing emerald hue descended from the heavens. That Pokemon was none other than Rayquaza. Rayquaza's power overwhelmed that of the two primal Pokemon, and peace returned to the world. The people of Hoenn revered Rayquaza as a true savior. 1,000 years after this time, the meteoroids once again fell. Meteors. A huge meteoroid, far greater than any before, struck the planet, boring deep into the ocean and leaving behind it a crater larger than any other. Meteorite. The land born of this event later became known as Sotopolis. And that is it. Chapter 2 is over. But we've only just left the starting line. There's a long way yet. Don't fall behind now. Thankfully, these ladders aren't long enough to start singing What a Thrill. And besides, singing Snake Eater while on the run-up to Rayquaza seems like it would be in poor taste. Now, our tale reaches the best part. Sotopolis was born from a great meteoroid strike. Meteorite. The great meteorite, was the first of many disasters to befall humanity. When it punched into the planet, the land cracked beneath it, and a great welling of natural energy poured from beneath Hoenn. Thirsting for that energy, Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon once again woke. The people had a wish, a memory from 1,000 years before. They wished that the legendary Pokemon clad in emerald light would appear again. The huge meteorite that lay at the heart of Sotopolis gave off a boundless brilliance. See, here they got it right. Though meteorite is not a proper noun, it did not need to be capitalized. I have a feeling they did that specifically because meteorite is an item that exists in the game, so they probably just were like... Maybe they Control F'd through the entire script and looked for any that weren't capitalized. And then capitalized them because, yeah, the item is an item, and items have capital first letters. In its brilliance, it resembled a vast and powerful keystone. And once again, Rayquaza descended from whence it came in the heavens. The people fell to their knees before Rayquaza and made a wish for salvation. As they did, a great change came over the legendary Pokemon. It was enveloped in blinding light. As the light receded, they beheld a Rayquaza beyond all knowledge. A sublime figure, a sublime figure, incandescent with overwhelming life force. It was humanity's wish that brought about Rayquaza's transformation in the face of the Rainbow Stone. Yes, a wish, an intangible thing, invisible to the eye. Yet this wish bound people and Pokemon together, enabling the legendary Pokemon to change its appearance. Doesn't it remind you of something? That's right, it sounds like Mega Evolution, doesn't it? Those are some pretty nice choices there, Gerbster. Oh, I missed an item down there. Oh well. And I wish you luck on your Ribbon Master run. And yeah, Gen 3 games are expensive. There are ways to be able to play them without needing to pay for legitimate copies. There are plenty of bootlegs. But, yeah, I can fully understand not wanting to play on unofficial media. Because, heck, I want to play only on official media. Do I? I don't. That's a problem. Okay. Well, here's the plan. I'm just gonna huck Pokeballs at this Claydol until one works. And then I'm going to leave this tower for a bit so that I can get my Breloom back, because we are gonna have to do some catching here. And of more than just a Claydol. Actually, wait, I don't have to just sit here and take what it's dishing out. I can send out Swampert and at least put some damage on it to increase my chances. Let's use Strength. It should survive that, no problem. Oh yeah. I feel like Swampert has better defense than Claydol. I could be wrong. We're gonna find out. Yes, Swampert does have better defense than Claydol, or maybe it's the same. Either way, Claydol lived, and now we get to throw balls at a red health Pokemon instead of a full health Pokemon. Yeah, Curbster, unfortunately, it's doubtful that the NSO versions of Colosseum and Gale of Darkness will connect to anything. And if they do connect to anything, it would likely just be straight to Pokemon Home, and you would miss Gens 4, 5, 6, and 7 in that process. Claydol, the Clay Doll Pokemon. Claydol is an enigma that appeared from a clay statue made by an ancient civilization dating back 20,000 years. This Pokemon shoots beams from both its hands. Okay, time for an escape rope. Still have one of those, right? Yeah. Going to Moss Deep instead of Satopolis because the Mart is easier to reach here. Yeah, Curbster, it is nice when hardware that used to error constantly suddenly works fine. just a bunch of Pokeballs because, hey, we're gonna need at least some of them. And some escape ropes, just so that I have them. Thankfully, we can soar straight to Sky Pillar now. Ah, that's the item we left behind. How does one get there? Because that looks like it's on a higher level than this. Or no. Oh, hey, look, it's a thing I don't need. Ariados, you are from the wrong generation. Sableye, because I already got one. I'm pretty sure I don't need anything else that's in here. So every encounter is just a waste of time. Okay, this is how we get to that item. Cool, it's a thing I don't need. Because it is used to evolve a Pokemon that I don't need. I do like Kingdra. I like Seadra too. But I need neither one, because neither one is a Gen 3 Pokemon. Yes, Curbster, there are particular ribbons I still need to get from Alpha Sapphire, and they are all of the contest ribbons. The reason I'm doing the Delta episode here is to get access to the Battle Zone or whatever the heck they call it. It's not the Battle Frontier, I can tell you that much. But the place where the Battle Maison is, and thus where I can spend BP for move tutors so that I can get access to moves that will make it easier to win contests. But it is specifically only the contest ribbons that I need. And then we are done in Gen 6. And Gen 7's gonna be real short, because I've already done a stream of a Gen 7 run, 2 of them in fact. And so I figure I don't want to have to suffer through an entire new run of Gen 7. Considering how similar Sun and Ultra Sun are to Moon and Ultra Moon. And so, yeah, in there, I think the only ribbons are, I gotta do the champion title defense. I gotta do, I think, win a battle royale. And then do the battle tree. And how did the story end? After being transformed by the wish of the people, did Rayquaza save them from disaster? Rayquaza once again confronted Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre. The golden filaments that sprang from its body covered the sky. An emerald brilliance illuminated the area. A terrible wind rose. The wind and emerald light visibly sapped the power from Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre. Drained of their primal powers, the two vanished into the depths of land and sea. Imagine if Delta Stream not only overwrote Primal Sea and Primal Sun or whatever the heck they're called, but actually de-primal reversioned Groudon and Kyogre if it was in the same battle. Imagine how overwhelming Mega Rayquaza would be in competitive formats if it did that. Rayquaza watched them go, regaining its usual appearance. Then it soared back up into the heavens where it dwelled. A witness to this series of events, a tall visitor from a distant land, said, "It is the Delta, born of the great disturbances in this world." And when he said it, he specifically spoke out the Greek letter delta instead of saying delta. Like, when he was talking, he said, "It is the," and then he said the letter delta instead of the word delta. Like, you don't even understand how it feels to hear specifically the letter delta come out of someone's mouth, but it happened. That's why it's written like this in my text. By the bonds born of mankind's wish and the power of the stones, it will calm the troubles that plague the world. That was when the Draconids constructed their great tower to hold the rainbow stone that had granted Rayquaza its power, and to try to get a little bit closer to Rayquaza in the heavens above. Apparently they didn't really succeed at getting a little bit closer though, considering this tower isn't even visible while soaring. There are other structures in Hoenn that are very visible while soaring, but the Sky Pillar does not appear. To record the history of their trials and the great feats of mighty Rayquaza for all to know, they left behind the murals you see here. A giant tower and paintings of the past. You know, I feel like I've seen something like that recently. But now I suppose it's time for the last chapter in our tale. Isn't there a TM down there? I guess we have to get it from above. Yeah, Curbster, every ribbon in the Gen 7 games are in fact available post-game, which is why I'm not going to be replaying them. At last, we reach the final chapter. And yes, the cutscenes are interminable. And, like, I've played through Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon all within the last year, which is effectively playing the same game 4 times. I don't want to make it a 5th. 1,000 years of peace followed after that disastrous time. But the Draconid people, learning from their long history's cyclical nature, were told that the meteoroids would fall on this land again. Meteors or meteorites. Either way. Well, I guess they're foretelling that they will fall on the land. They haven't fallen yet, so meteoroids is technically correct still. Though I feel like meteors would be more accurate here. The meteoroid to come, they prophesied, would be far greater than those that had come before it. This meteoroid would be great enough to break the world forever. Gonna get us a Chicxulub impactor, huh? In order to prevent this great calamity, those who held the knowledge of the past arrived at a plan. Their plan was to invoke Rayquaza, the great savior, and summon it to this land before the meteoroid could strike. Well, if it's striking, then it's a meteor, or even a meteorite. And that's it. That's the end of the Draconid's tale. I spent a long time thinking about how I could protect the happiness of as many people as possible. What I must do as one who holds both the knowledge and the power, one who bears the heavy wishes of those who could not live up to that fate. Well, I had to be really creative, you know? Hang on. Diverting my path for a TM. Well, what a TM it is. Good ol' explosion. Primus hasn't known how to do that for a while. Yes, Outlander, we do need to teach that explosion TM to a Graveler or something. As long as we can name it Bruce Willis. And then have it drill into the surface of the world-breaking meteoroid, yup. See that, Aster? You always wanted to watch them, right? The Litleonids, a million glittering stars falling from the sky. Shame we don't see any actually happening right now. Also, some of these stars are flickering out. I feel like that's an issue. Oh, it's okay. They're turning back on. It's funny. The sky is rotating ever so slowly. And while the stars are between pixels on the 3DS screen, they flicker wildly. Until they're perfectly between the pixels, at which point they turn off. It's silly how the low resolution is causing this presentation to change. The show is about to start. Aren't we happy now? Yes. What could be better, dear Aster? Welcome to the Dragonhark altar. Garnet, you know what I'm trying to do here by now, don't you? That's right, I will summon Rayquaza to this world, to destroy the meteoroid headed for Hoenn. That is it is our duty. Ever since I was a little girl, I've always turned my eyes up to the sky. When I was so full of uncertainty that I felt my heart might be crushed by it. When I was so grief-stricken and alone, I thought my heart might break of it. I turned and looked up there, so that my tears would never, ever fall. What about you? Have you ever had to do something like that? Yeah, though looking up doesn't really make it so the tears don't fall. It just makes them come out the sides instead of straight down. Right. I used to watch the stars like this all the time, together with Aster. We were always together, in good times and in bad. I loved her. I loved her with everything I had. Why are you using past tense? She's right there. But I still lost her. Oh, a different Aster, I guess? I want to see her. I want to be with her again. My sweet Aster. Yeah, you're confusing this Aster too. I will, won't I? with this. Just a little longer. Suddenly daytime. Guess I should say good morning. You slept well, didn't you? You look so adorable when you sleep. Sorry about the knocking you out thing. They don't do that if you're playing at the right time of day. It's like, I think if you play at night, she just, or something. I feel like there's a time of day where you can play this game where she does not knock you out because they don't have to account for any time gap or anything. Enough. I think it's time I gave it a shot. I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused you. Yeah, I think it's if you're playing at night, she doesn't knock you out because it's already the same time as it had been in the previous scene. If something happens to me, please take this little one. Okay, here I go. Yes, Curbster, I did just sleep on top of this tower, but not willingly. She knocked me out. With jewel bright and borrowed might from the spirits of the departed, through sacred right in thy great sight, my life as well I offer. The keystones that Zinnia holds are giving off a blinding light. I summon thee to aid this fight and save us from disaster. Realize them upon this world. For this do I summon thee. Rayquaza! Oh, hey, buddy. Rayquaza! I did it! I did it! Now the world will be saved! Aster, I did it! Great Rayquaza, hear my wish! Achieve your Mega Evolution, take hold of your true power! Show me your true face, the Rayquaza that will save this planet! Zinnia's keystone does not react. You see, Zinnia, you have to teach it Dragon Ascent. Huh? How can this be? I gathered all of the keystones that could withstand your great power, and summoned you here. You came, and yet, why? Come on, do it! Mega Evolve! Why? Why won't you? Zinnia's keystone does not react. Again, Zinnia, you gotta teach it Dragon Ascent. What? It can't be. The one without enough power is you, Rayquaza? The meteorites that should lie within Rayquaza's great body aren't enough? Have these 1,000 years drained them of their power? This can't be. I can't. Wow, we look so upset right now, like, we are furious. Everything I've done till now. Aster, I can't take any more. Oh, hey, that meteorite we've got actually matters. Who could have seen this coming? That's... Oh, it's getting even stronger. What? That meteorite? It's just like a mega stone? Light is spilling forth from within Rayquaza's body. Look at it. I mean, you can totally see it, right? Look at all that light spilling forth. Yup, it's happening. Whoa! Swallowing meteorites allows it to store as much power as a megastone. Your meteorite summoned forth the power needed for Rayquaza to Mega Evolve. Huh! It's amazing! Garnet, Rayquaza is trying to build up power. It wants power for itself to take you on. Use everything you've got and win over Rayquaza. You have to master it. This is the legendary Pokemon that all Hoenn views as our great protector, and the only one who can direct it now is you. You have to do this. Let me just get the most important member of our party in front here. And just one more save, since we can do it immediately in front of Rayquaza. Yep, that sure sounds like the noise that Rayquaza made. Whoa, Rayquaza appeared. Who knew? When you interact with a thing, and it says that it appeared, it's like, okay, where was it before? I'm pretty sure it was right there. Anyway, let's... Oh, it's way higher level than my Breloom. That could be a problem. Especially if it's dragon dancing. Also, if it uses Dragon Ascent, Breloom's kind of just toast, isn't it? Yeah, kind of is. Anyway, we're going to use this one headbutt, and then we're just going to throw balls. Because we only get that one guaranteed turn of sleep, and again, Breloom is toast the instant Rayquaza decides to use Dragon Ascent, or anything else that's flying type. Fly, you say? Shame my Breloom doesn't know Protect. But anyway, let's go ahead and swap to someone who is not weak to fly. Are we really gonna have to just go for it? Yeah, I guess we're just throwing balls with it only missing a sliver of health. Surely one of them has to work, right? Almost. Oh, cool, more Dragon Dance. Yep, this won't be a problem at all. So, two of the potentially 3 attacking moves this Rayquaza knows are not very effective against my Metagross, which certainly helps. I don't know what Rayquaza's 4th move is. We know it's got Dragon Dance, Extreme Speed, and Fly. My guess would be Dragon Claw, or maybe Dragon Tail, though that seems less likely. Or heck, it could even be Dragon Pulse. It's Dragon Pulse. Okay. Primus read my mind and avoided the move? I mean, I guess he's a Psychic type, but... I still find it interesting, fascinating even, that the friendship stat, the Pokemon Ami one, transfers between games and thus between trainers. That really seems like it should be a per trainer statistic. Like in this case, technically, yeah, it's still me on the controls each time. So maybe Metagross is looking through the game itself into the real world to see who's actually playing the game. And that's why it recognizes that I'm the same person and keeps the stat. But something tells me that's not actually the case and that it's just, it doesn't get reset between trades and stuff, so... yeah. Or maybe it's because I specifically didn't use a trade and instead used Pokemon Home. So maybe just Pokemon Home doesn't reset it. Maybe trades do reset it. Point is, this Metagross loves this character who did nothing to make it friendly. I'm gonna go ahead and heal Primus just to ensure that we can take a few more attacks. 'Cause I don't think anyone else has the same shot at surviving anything this Rayquaza can do. I should have waited until it flew to heal. Do I have any X defense? I sure do. I'm going to use one. Because, hey, it's better than sitting here doing absolutely nothing. We're getting multiple shakes with relative frequency. So at least we know that this thing's catch rate isn't so low that we've got basically no chance. What am I even doing here? Guard spec prevents stat reduction. If only I had something to prevent crits. But I don't. So I guess we'll just... Metagross, use Zen Headbutt. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have clicked that. I was thinking with the level difference, maybe we would outspeed, but we don't. Wow, would you look at that? That battle was just all in our minds. It never actually happened. this is why we save. Do I have a Protect TM? Like, did I buy it? I did. We've got a TM for Power-Up Punch, so let's get rid of that. Though actually, let's give Power-Up Punch back. Because Power-Up Punch will allow Breloom to actually do damage that is even remotely respectable. Even if Power-Up Punch itself doesn't do respectable damage. And I've got something else that I could be using here. I don't want to use too many. But I'll get Breloom up to level 70. Just to make it be even leveled with the Rayquaza. I think we've got our Lucky Incense on Breloom right now. Do I have access to anything better? I think I might go with the Quick Claw. Unless I find something better still. Maybe the Lax Incense, giving the chance to be missed. Now let's go with that. And then we'll save again. And now our powered up Breloom will see us through this battle. Because we can protect the flies. We can hopefully spore this thing more than exactly once. We can use Power-Up Punch to make Headbutt do more and thus whittle its health down more. Okay, opening with a fly, and we do not outspeed it, unfortunately. But Protect beats Fly every time. Nice miss on Dragon Pulse. You'll love to see it. So here's our guaranteed sleep turn. And here is a likely sleep turn. And here is an unlikely sleep turn. Maybe I should have gone for the headbutt. So Rayquaza should wake up now. Extreme speed, okay. We can take that. Guaranteed sleep turn. And likely sleep turn. course, it might not even get the turn if this Pokeball just catches. Nope. Okay. And here is an unlikely sleep turn. And yet we got it anyway. Guess this Rayquaza likes its beauty sleep. Okay. Unfortunate that it chose Fly of all moves. Dragon Pulse is fine. Dragon Pulse is not fine! Alright, I guess we're just throwing balls at an awake Rayquaza. You tried, Breloom. You did your best, bud. But hey, at least this awake Rayquaza has significantly less health than it did last time. Buddy, if you would just stay in the ball, that would be great. Using Fly is not great. So I don't really have a whole lot I can do during Fly. We know that our Metagross is slower than the Rayquaza, and thus if I choose to use a move before it lands, we're going to hit with said move and destroy the Rayquaza, which I don't exactly want. So I just need to do something to waste the turn. There we go. Rayquaza, the sky-high Pokemon. It flies forever through the ozone layer, consuming meteoroids for sustenance. If they're in the ozone layer, they're not meteoroids, they are meteorites, or meteors, rather. The many meteoroids in its body provide the energy it needs to mega-evolve. If they're in its body, then they are meteorites. It consumes meteors, and the meteorites in its body provide the energy it needs. Get your terms straight. Rayquaza wishes to join my party, it says, after it already said that Rayquaza was sent to PC Box 4. Rayquaza isn't here to wish to join my party, but sure. Is it over? Congratulations, Garnet. And thank you. History has chosen you. The truth remains that Rayquaza chose you and not me. But, while I don't know how to put it into words exactly, I think I understand why. You will be successor to our long history now. And I pass to you the final key to Rayquaza's true power. The move that only it can learn, Dragon Ascent. A flying type move. Rayquaza succeeded to the power of Dragon Ascent. Okay. That's it, then. I guess it's time that I do my last task as Lore Keeper. You have obtained Rayquaza's power for your own. Now I will have you prove to me that you can master that power. And yeah, Curbster, it took me a while to get used to Rayquaza instead of Rayquaza as well. Because, like, The Japanese is Rekuza, which doesn't have a long A in there. And Quasar isn't spelled like the Quasar in Rayquaza. And like, yeah, just all of that. It felt wrong to pronounce it Rayquaza, but as soon as I heard it pronounced Rayquaza in Pokédex 3D Pro, which is official pronunciations for all the Pokemon in it, yeah, I had no choice but to adapt. Now I will have you prove to me that you can master that power. In battle. That is my the final duty of the last lorekeeper of the Draconid people. Show me that you can exceed it, the entirety of history that we have clung to until today. Phew. My pulse. I can feel it racing. Yes. I'm feeling totally pumped. Ha! This is it! I did not put Rayquaza in front of my party game. I'm not gonna show Zinnia the power of Rayquaza. She is going to see the power of Metagross, which is better than the power of Rayquaza. Like, come on. Yeah, Pokédex 3D Pro was an interesting time. I wish they had given it an update for Gen 7 Pokemon, but alas. I also wish that Pokemon Home would say the names of Pokemon at us in its Pokédex, but also alas. Of course, there's some people out there who don't even care if something says its name at you with an official pronunciation. They'll still pronounce things wrong. There are still people in this world who pronounce the name of Nintendo's mascot Mario. You know, like the man says, it's a me Mario. He doesn't say, it's a me Mario. No, sir. He says, it's a me Mario. Nah, it's Mario. It's always been Mario. Anyone who pronounces it anything other than Mario is just flat out wrong, and yet the people who pronounce it differently refuse to change. Even though you can be like, hey, what does the guy say his name is when he says, it's a me? Listen to him. Tell me what he said. But no. There are people for whom official pronunciations mean nothing. Just like I'd expected of you, Garnet. Yeah, Curbster, it's fine to pronounce a Pokemon name incorrectly as long as it's not too incorrect. Like, if you say Metagross instead of Metagross, that's understandable. When it's a made-up creature name, it is far more forgivable. When it's a human name, and you pronounce it incorrectly after said human has already told you how it's pronounced, then you're a jerk. guess it falls to you now. And then you go over into the Monster Hunter franchise where Basil Juice is pronounced in multiple different ways within the franchise. At least in Monster Hunter, we have proof that different monsters have their names pronounced differently by different characters. And therefore, any pronunciation you can use for a Monster Hunter monster name, unless it's like way out of line, is acceptable. Like, we've got Basil Geese, Basil Geese, and the pronunciation that's actually correct if you look at the inspiration for its name, Basil Juice. Like, if you pronounce it anything other than juice, then you are wrong. Unless you're pronouncing it goose, which is also acceptable. The Japanese name is Bazaru Gyusu. And, like, the name is based on the star Betelgeuse, or Betelgeuse. It's pronounced either way depending on where you're from. That settles it then. Garnet, you should be able to beat that meteoroid that's approaching the planet. Or you should even be able to beat that meteoroid. She's saying this like we're going to have a Pokemon battle with a meteoroid. We're not. That meteoroid, that's part of the same sentence I already read. You and Rayquaza, together. I'm now leaving this task to you, our new successor. Successor Garnet. You and Rayquaza must protect nature, Pokemon, the people. I feel like there should have been a sound effect with any of this. This shouldn't just be instrumental alone. There should be noises for the blast off and the zooming. Like, once we're in space, sure, cut the sound effects. Hey, look, it's a delta. I was told that this meteoroid was miles in diameter. I believe they said 6 miles? Mega Rayquaza ain't that big. Also, breaking it apart like that just results in multiple smaller fragments of meteor still falling to Earth. Thankfully, we don't have to walk the shortest path between each of those points that triangle went to. Is this the first? I think this is the first mythical Pokemon they made catchable in a game without a special event being required to activate it. Level 80, huh? And our last save was before Rayquaza, so hopefully Extreme Speed doesn't just eliminate this thing. Oh, and it knows Recover. Convenient. All right, let's do another extreme speed. Rayquaza, you better not crit this thing, like, ever. Wow, nice one-shot. Poor Mega Rayquaza. So, with Mega Rayquaza knocked out, we're gonna have a fun time re-entering Earth's atmosphere, aren't we? Can we get a Spore off? Probably not. But its special attack harshly fell, so maybe. Okay, nice. Yeah, Manaphy required Ranger, and also in at least the first Ranger game, it did technically require a special event to unlock it even in Ranger. I think the second Ranger game, it was just built into the game card, but the first one you needed a Wi-Fi event to activate it. You know what? I'm gonna use... I was hoping I had an X special defense, but I guess not. Maybe I should use a heal, though? Because if this Deoxys wakes up, then we want to be able to survive another Hyper Beam. We probably can't survive another Psycho Boost, but them's the breaks. And it's going to wake up here, so I'm going to use Spore. It's not going to wake up here. Okay, I was miscounting or something. So now we're going to use Spore, because it's going to wake up. It's using Psycho Boost. That's probably not good for us. It sure isn't. But now Deoxys is at -4 special attack. So what we're going to do is we're going to send out Primus. And we're going to throw Pokeballs until this thing uses a Recover, at which point we're going to bring Breloom back. Primus, you really didn't need to bother reading my mind to avoid that move. You quad resist it, and it's at -4. So they definitely raised the catch rate on Rayquaza. They almost certainly did not raise it on Deoxys. Right, I was gonna throw balls until it used Recover. Alright, there's a Psycho Boost putting it at -6. Which means that without a crit, it probably can't KO my Breloom. Oof, I've only got 2 revives. Have we seen Deoxys' 4th move? We've seen Recover, Hyper Beam, Psycho Boost. Have we seen a 4th move? Curbster, you are neglecting to consider Keldeo. Well, I guess Keldeo and Meloetta. They don't require events, but they do require DLC, so I guess. Technically, they aren't just available in the base game. Though they are available in specific game card releases. So, like, you can get a game card with the DLC installed. In fact, I have said game cards for both, or for all 4 games that have DLC, so... Yeah, Keldeo in the Crown Tundra and Meloetta in the Indigo Disc are available without downloading limited events. Wait, really? Rayquaza's catch rate has just always been 45? That feels wrong. Okay. We're going to use this first guaranteed sleep turn to make Breloom not be dead. Curbster, Arceus is technically possible in BDSP without an event. You just need to buy a whole separate game. And by that logic, Mew and Jirachi are also possible in BDSP without any events. You just need to buy entirely separate games. Let's power up punch. Looks like in Gen 3, yeah, Rayquaza's catch rate was Gen 3. There was 3 in Gen 3, so like... I wouldn't be surprised if Rayquaza's catch rate was raised specifically for these games. Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. Yeah, it makes sense that they raised Rayquaza's catch rate to 45 in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. It certainly felt more like 45 than 3. Deoxys here feels like 3. Cosmic Power, there's the final move. You know what? I don't mind that Deoxys is using Cosmic Power, because we used 2 resisted power-up punches and already did half its health. I wasn't paying attention to whether we crit on any of them, but I certainly don't want to destroy this Deoxys. I want it to live in a Pokeball in my boxes forever. Still can't believe I managed to get freaking Pokerust twice on this Ribbon Road. And both times it was in a Hoenn game. Nice. That was a remarkably fast catch for a catch rate of good old 3. Deoxys, the DNA Pokemon. Deoxys emerged from a virus that came from space. It is highly intelligent and wields psychokinetic powers. This Pokemon shoots lasers from the crystalline organ on its chest. This is the second Pokemon we've caught today where between sentences it goes from describing the Pokemon and its origins to this Pokemon shoots lasers from a part of its body. Both Deoxys and Claydol just go, this is what the Pokemon is like. It shoots lasers. Well, apparently we managed re-entry even with a knocked out Mega Rayquaza. I received a letter from Aster. Where's Aster going? That's not even the direction to the stairs. Did Aster just jump off the tower? I was finally able to bring everything to an end. I thank you for that. I think I'll spend some time now trying to find out if it's also possible to forge a new beginning for something once lost. Until we meet again, Zinnia. So yeah, Aster literally just jumped off the sky pillar. I hope Whismers are like rats and thus able to survive a fall from any height due to their terminal velocity not being fast enough to cause them any serious harm. The energy reading appears to be diffusing. We can confirm that the meteoroid has been destroyed, sir. Destroyed is a bit much. It's been split into several smaller pieces, but even those are still very large considering you said this was like 6 miles in diameter. So like each of those pieces is still a 1 mile diameter meteoroid heading straight for Earth still. Like we didn't divert their course. There is still a major problem on our hands here, game.
Professor! The meteoroid, it's... Think the powers above, it's... Calm yourself, man. Oh, who am I kidding? I'm so happy I could kiss you. We did it. We actually did it. Wah-ha-ha-ha! Success is ours.
You didn't do it.
Thank you, Garnet. I'll be leaving then. Goodbye, Mom. Bye, Dad.
Wait just a minute. Wally!
That's right. Are you okay? You looked like you were in trouble recently when those strange thugs came around. Of course. My Pokemon and I are fit for anything. See, Garnet got my keystone back for me. And Mr. Norman gave me a ticket to a resort that sounds really neat. I can't wait to go and check it out.
My, I never dreamed I would one day think that Wally was too well.
Yes, but he looks so honestly happy that I can't help feeling happy too.
Bro, sorry.
Archie, it looks like Matt feels sorry for what he's done, which I will remind you is almost end the entire world. So really, there shouldn't be any quick forgiveness here. He caused a major problem, almost billions of deaths, and that's only if you count people, not even Pokemon, which is the thing that our team, actually cares about.
It's unforgivable. Bro. Absolutely unforgivable.
Archie, I'm in full agreement with you. The guy almost caused billions of deaths. That is, in fact, unforgivable. So, really, you shouldn't change course here. You need to keep sailing straight ahead. Stay the course. You are correct in this, Archie.
I can't forgive what I've done. Huh? I drove my own loyal crew to such despair as this. I have no right to call myself a leader anymore. I'm sorry, Matt. I truly am. Even though I shouldn't be, it was your own decisions that made you do all this horrible stuff. It's not on me that you decided to go off the deep end and almost kill all of us, including me, who you supposedly care so much about, as well as yourself and literally every other human on this planet. Like, you kind of caused a major issue here that I do not need to apologize for. It is not on me, but I'm sorry. Oh, bro. I'm planning to start everything over from scratch, Matt. What happened back then with Kyogre and what happened this time are completely different things. One of them was a weather event that people could have learned to live with and that could have, petered out over time. especially if people relied on Rayquaza like they did for the last time. But what you did was almost kill everyone on the entire planet, which is very, very different. And like, there's no way the rainstorm Kyogre caused would have covered the whole planet. It would have been localized at best, and like, the water had to come from somewhere, which, unless it creates water, there was no chance whatsoever that the world would drown or anything. It just would have been raining a whole lot. Whereas you would have gotten this entire planet destroyed, or at best would have caused a freaking winter for most of the planet and absolute utter destruction for everything in the local region of the impactor. Like, we're talking mass extinction level event, the kind of thing that literally killed the dinosaurs and everything bigger than like a rat. So yeah, that's what you did. It's a bit different, and it's completely incomparable. I shouldn't be forgiving you for anything. Look, you can't do anything if you're all wrapped up in what you believe, especially if what you believe is that destroying all life on the Earth is somehow going to make you better friends with someone. Team Aqua or Team Magma, Pokemon or people. There's no reason why we've got to pick just one of them. But you picked actually neither of them. You tried to kill everything on this entire planet just because you were upset that someone stopped your bro's plan. Oh, boo-hoo. It's not worth killing all life on the planet for. It might be a pain, it might even be a bit scary, but we've got to take that step into the unknown. And not the unknown that is death for everything on this planet, mind you. That's a very different unknown that I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the unknown of living with our actions and the consequences they have, not dying of the consequences they have. Again, it's different. I should not be forgiving you. Mix with people who aren't like us. You know, people who are alive because the planet still exists. Do you feel me? Do you understand what I'm putting down here, Matt? That's the kind of Team Aqua I want us to be from now on. You think you can be a part of that kind of Team Aqua? You know, the kind that doesn't cause death and destruction for the entire planet on a global scale? Do you think you can be part of that, Matt? Do you think you can hold yourself back from your destructive impulses for the betterment of people instead of for the end of all things? Matt? Oh, you bet I will.
I can't believe these two. Like, how could he really forgive a guy who almost killed all life on the planet? What do they think they're doing, standing there with their faces all wet with tears? Well, I guess it could be worse. The planet could have been destroyed, Matt. I still owe you for your help at the Sky Pillar. Thank you for that. Ha ha ha! How unlike you to be so thoughtful. You know, this experience really brought it home for me again. But there's still so much about this world that I do not know. I wonder what would have happened to Hoenn if Garnet had not been here to aid us with this, and the incident with the super ancient Pokemon. I alone was powerless to stop either. There is no one person in this world who knows all. None who can do all. Stephen, there is no cause for such worries or concern. Don't worry, it's not that I'm so shocked by my own disappointing performance, but rather what? I was just thinking how much more there is I must learn about nature and Pokemon, or about Pokemon, and about my fellow humans as well. If I'm to keep living in this huge, wide world, I want to walk this world on my own 2 feet, to see it with my own eyes. To feel it on my very skin. I need to put into practice all of the advice I ever gave to Garnet. That's what I'm thinking now. Steven, you can't intend to... Ha ha ha, but no need to fear. I won't just disappear at once. I'll still be around doing my duty on behalf of the Pokemon League. But, when the time does come for me to pursue my own hopes, well, I hope that you, Wallace, will be behind me to lend a hand. It seems I have little choice. I bow to the whims of the pampered heir. I, Wallace, will do this thing you wish. Thank you, my friend. Oh, good. Aster survived jumping off the sky pillar. Aster, it's over. It's all over.
Zinnia, my child.
Granny.
You have worked so hard. It is enough, child. Be done with your burden. Let it go now. For everything there must be an ending. Only then can there be a new beginning. This is immutable truth that all living things on this planet, great and small, must accept. We Draconids have seen it in our history, as you have seen it in your own life. Now is the time for rest. Let down the great burden you have borne so long alone, so that you might at last take a step forward toward new life. Now is the time for rest.
Yeah, Curbster, Aster confirmed to be a rat and also confirmed to know surf. Because how the heck else did it get off the island after jumping off the sky pillar, huh? Yes.
I suppose Brendan and Garnet have probably arrived by now.
I imagine so. The weather is good today. They should get a good view of the stars.
But you know, I really am glad we moved here from Johto. Oh, we're not from Kanto. And we're also not from Petalburg. We didn't move to Little Root from Petalburg. We moved from Johto, specifically. Now we know. I think that meeting you, Birch, and Mrs. Birch, and your boy has had a huge impact on Garnet's life.
Oh, it's just the same for our Brendan. Don't you agree, dear?
Of course. Whenever he does make it at home, all Brendan has to talk about is Pokemon and his pal Garnet, who, again, he has met a total of like 4, maybe 5 times. I think he's over the moon about this adventure and the great friend he's found, that again, he has met 4 or 5 times total.
I think our girl is just the same. She always looks so happy these days.
I hope you'll continue to look after Garnet for many more years to come. Wow! Why, Norman, you don't even have to ask. Nothing could make me happier.
Thanks, old friend. Well then, dear, isn't it about time we were headed back home? I should get supper started.
Oh, yes, those kids will probably be starving when they get home.
Oh, I didn't make any plans yet for dinner. What do you think we should have, dear?
How about our little girl's favorite? Oh, this makes 5 or 6.
was kind of awesome. Wow, so those are the Lit Leonids. Which again, the game says happen every 1,000 years, but in reality, the Leonid meteor shower happens every single December because it exists in a certain stretch of the solar system that Earth passes through every single December. So every time the Earth passes through that comet's trail and through those motes of dust and small rocks and all that broke free from the comet as it was traveling through space, you know, every time Earth passes through that trail, it results in more meteorites. And Earth passes through it every year because turns out Earth's orbit is mostly circular. Like, it's a little bit eccentric. It's an ellipse, not a circle, but it's not that eccentric. It's really a lot closer to a circle than what you would say is like an ellipse. So yeah, it passes through it every year in the same time of year, December. Or was it December? I think it was December. Whenever it was. It's every year it passes through there. Not every 1,000 years, just every year. I'm really going to have to thank your old man for this one. It's like, I don't know. I feel like I've been knocked flat on my back. Yeah, Outlander, they said that the Lit Leonid meteor shower happens every 1,000 years. But Lit Leonid is clearly based on Leonid, the Leonid meteor shower, which is a yearly phenomenon, as is every meteor shower. Like, sure, maybe the comet that created the Leonid meteors is an every 1,000 years type of thing. I don't know, but the meteor shower itself is every year. As is every meteor shower. There are no meteor showers that skip years. I feel like I've been knocked flat on my back. Thanks, Garnet. I'm really glad I got to see this with you. It looks like it's too bright out there for us to have been watching the meteor shower. Unless we stayed up all night and it's the wee hours of the morning. Announcement. Thank you for visiting the Moss Deep Space Center. This center will be closing shortly. Please make sure that you don't forget anything when you leave. It's true what they say, though. Time really flies when you're having fun. Well, bye. Garnet. See you tomorrow. You're back at last. Welcome home, Garnet. So we got home at night, and we apparently watched the meteor shower in the evening. Meteor showers tend to be best watched after it's already dark. Just saying. Morning, Garnet. You must have been bushed. You slept like a log. Oh, but before I forget, this came for you. It's from someone named Briny. So it was a ferry ticket, was it? As I recall, you can catch the ferry from the ports in Slateport and Lily Cove. Garnet, if you have ambition as a trainer, I want you to take that ferry to the Battle Resort. I think it will teach you that there's no end to a trainer's chosen path. I'd better be heading back to the Petalburg gym then. Thanks for looking after the house while I'm away, honey. Oh, that dad of yours. Can't he ever forget about work? I wish he could just switch it off and take it easy sometimes. But I love him just the way he is. So Wally got a ticket to the Battle Resort straight from Norman, but we got a ticket to it from Briny, with Norman just being the middleman. Help me! Why should I help you? You're being chased by one of the best Pokemon. Oh, why? If it isn't Garnet. Help a professor out. I've got some Pokeballs in my bag there. Yeah, I've got some in mine too, bud. So, I'm going to make the same choice here that I intend to make in Pokemon Legends ZA. My, good thing that Shroomish wasn't as fierce as it seemed. I sure do appreciate your trying to help me out, though. In fact, why don't you keep that Pokemon? Yes, that one from the Johto region. You know, where you're from, so you should recognize it already. Well, I hope to see you later. I somehow get the feeling that I will if I stick around here. I believe that in this game you get, like, 5 different occurrences of him being chased by something. And yeah, Curbster, I'm choosing Totodile for ZA because, while they might somehow manage to make Meganium actually good for once, I don't have high hopes for that. And then the Tepig. I'm not a fan of how Emboar looks. I'll just say it. Emboar is one of my least favorite fire starters. And thus, Feraligatr is the only choice left. Hello, are you here for the ferry? May I see your ticket? Perfect, that's all you need. And where would you like to go? To the battle resort? Please board the ferry and wait for departure. Yeah, Curbster, it is very weird that they went with 2 Johto starters. Team Magma's here. Ah, Garnet, so you came too. Mr. Norman actually gave me a ticket as well. I just got here a little while ago. So this is the Battle Resort, a tropical paradise that only the lucky few get to visit. I'm getting pumped just standing here. Let's check it out. Yeah. Very well then, Leader Maxie. The time has come for us to fight. Wally? I'm sorry, ma'am, sir, running into you like that. Huh, sir? Ma'am? So, in the Japanese, he probably used, like, Oji-san, Oba-san, which technically mean aunt and uncle, but notably they specifically refer to someone who is, like, starting to get up there in age, like, towards middle-aged. For someone younger, like in their teens or early 20s, you would use Oni-san, One-san. So the swap to that implies that the character saying, or the person saying it, views you as being older. So these two are upset here about being or about having a term used for them that makes them feel like they're old. Hey, I, Tabitha, have only just turned 27. How old do you think I am? I shall never forgive you. I'll make him cry. Leader, is this that child? Indeed. The hero who crushed Team Aqua's hopes and saved the world. I had not expected to meet you here. Are you a friend to that young man who just left? He would say so. Me personally, I've met him like 4 times. And like, I could take him or leave him. His whole body seemed to hum with his eagerness for battle. He must be quite the trainer. It seems that I may get to battle both you and that young man here. Ha ha! It appears that coming to this island may prove worth the trouble yet. There has been something on my mind ever since the incident in Sotopolis. In another time, or perhaps another world, one only a fraction of an inch removed from our own, it seems very likely that it would have been us in Team Magma standing against you in that battle. Perhaps we would have been the ones trying to revive Groudon and obtain its terrible power for ourselves. Yeah, so very intriguing. Might be nice. It's interesting how Courtney arguably got the biggest change of any of the Aqua and Magma admins. She went from being just generic person to person who talks in stilted robot speech. And it's odd, but at least they gave her a real cute character design. But of course it is pure fantasy, talking about other worlds or alternative realities. It is just a dream for those of us living in the present world. Ah, yes. But now that I've had the good fortune to meet you again, I should give you that thing. Courtney? Yes? You have to take care of it. I look forward to a day when my Pokémon team might face yours in battle. Until that day... Yeah, and with that we bid you adios! You seem fun. Target locked. We got to go like 3 steps before another scene played. Thanks, game. Wow, incredible. You two. You don't look like spectators. You must be trainers who came here for a challenge, correct? Challenge? You see, people who come to the battle resort are divided into 2 types. Those who come to see battles and those who come to battle. Oh, is that right? But where can we battle? What? You don't know the battle maison? No, I don't. Oh my. All right, it's better to have you experience it rather than me explaining it in words. Make sure you visit the battle maison. It's up on top of this island's main hill. Thank you very much. We will be sure to do that. No, I won't. I already got my ribbons from there. Good reply. Nice attitude. All right, I'll give this to each of you. I don't need it. If I can get away with it, I'm not doing another Pokemon battle in this entire game. It's a versus recorder. You can record battles with friends and battles at the battle maison. It's a must-have item for a trainer. That sounds amazing. Are you sure I can have one? No need to hesitate. Once you reach this place, you are our enemies and rivals.
Showing generosity to one's enemies is the obligation of the strong.
Thank you very much.
All right, then. I'm leaving now. Good luck, you two.
And yes, Redmond Nerd has returned.
The Battle Maison. I'm curious about what kind of place it is, but I think I'll take a look around the island first. I've never been so far from home before, and I've never visited anything like a resort. So I'll be off exploring, Garnet, but I'll see you later. I hope we can battle again here in this resort.
So at the Battle Resort here is the best place for Pokemon breeding that this game, or this franchise, has ever seen. Because this right here is a daycare. I think? Yeah, this kid tells you when there's an egg, and he will stop you, I believe, if you're going by him and there's an egg. And most importantly, if you go here and then start holding up on the D-pad, you run into Looker, apparently. Ugh. I miss Looker. He hasn't showed up in enough games. He's been missing since Gen 7, I think.
I want to ask you something. Where am I?
In the Hoenn region.
Hoenn? Hey, what happened to you? You're absolutely soaked to the skin. Even in a tropical place like Hoenn, if you're soaked like that, you'll catch cold.
Yeah.
Oh boy, guess I have no other choice. Come to my cottage.
Okay, then once you're done running into Looker, you go back here and you get on your bike and you hold up on the D-pad. And you just hold up on the D-pad. I am holding nothing other than up on the D-pad. Those two pits of deep sand, as well as this one, are annoying, but you just hold up on the D-pad and your character automatically turns when they reach each of the corners. And so you can just go around the island in a circle while holding one direction on the D-pad. When they have an egg, they will stop you. And like, yeah, this is an infinite looping path that you hold a single direction to go on that goes right past the daycare, and they stop you if they've got an egg. It is the best Pokemon hatching place, or Pokemon breeding place in any game in the franchise. Bar none. Everywhere else, every other game, the place where you hatch eggs and the place where you get eggs are either different, or the place where you hatch eggs requires additional inputs instead of just holding one direction. But no, here, you just hold one direction and you're good to go. Oh, it's you. You're here too, huh? I guess when trainers find out about a facility like this, it gets their blood pumping. No, I'm just here for the move tutors. This place reeks of hard-driving trainers. Who, me? I came to ask that guy Steven to come to the Pokemon League. That guy really goes for it when it comes to the Battle Maison. He's been hanging around here where he can have different battles than in the Pokemon League. Anyway, I came to bring him back, but it looks like he dodged me. Well, I said what I came to say. I'm going back to Evergrande. You're going to try your luck at the Battle Maison too, right? If you see that guy, say hi for me. See you later. Those aren't moves. The move tutors are outside, aren't they? Yeah, they are. Right, I think the move tutors are here.
There it is. The whole reason we went and caught that Rayquaza and Deoxys was to be able to teach Primus how to snore. I'm going to overwrite Earthquake since we've got a TM for that. Even though it feels really bad to get rid of Earthquake. And then the next thing that I overwrite, we need either to use BP or to use a heart scale to get back. I think I'm going to get rid of Zen Headbutt, mainly because a heart scale. Right, I just taught Snore. What am I thinking? We need Rest, which is a TM that we have. And we'll put Rest over Zen Headbutt, which can be replaced with either BP or a heart scale. And you know what? Let's consider Explosion. I don't like the idea of replacing Meteor Mash because, you know, it's a signature move. But we can get it back with Heart Scale. Let's have Primus relearn Explosion. And that way we've got 2 beauty moves and 2 cute moves. Of course, I'm only going to do one of those contest flavors on stream. Because once you've done one contest, you've basically done them all. And off to Slateport we go. So I believe that's where we have to do our first contests. And looking at the time, we actually are not going to be able to finish our Alpha Sapphire segment of Ribbon Road today. Because, yeah, I got a very late start, and things took longer than I expected. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to call it a stream right here. And next time, which I don't know when next time will be, because on Tuesday, I don't know what time, but on Tuesday, Arkveld is coming to Final Fantasy XIV. So I'm going to have to do that. Though that's not going to be on stream, that's going to be pre-recorded so that I can make sure that any other user interactions are appropriately masked in case they say something untoward. But then, like, maybe Thursday of next week, we'll be back for more Ribbon Road. So yeah, Tuesday will be Arkveld whenever I can get it done. Maybe that video will come live on Wednesday, who knows? I don't. But yeah, Final Fantasy XIV Arkveld early next week, and then later in the week we'll be back for the Ribbon Road. Anyway, thanks folks for dropping by to watch and chat and all that, and I will see you sometime next week. Either Thursday or Friday for more Ribbon Road. See you then, friends.